Coming up from the Northeast Live Studios in Guwahati, Northeast Tonight with Wasbir Hussain.
Hello and welcome to Northeast Tonight, the show that decodes the region. Usually, elections to panchayats and civic bodies are seen as a barometer that indicates the approval or otherwise of the electorate on the ruling party as well as the opposition in a particular state. Sikkim is having elections to its state assembly in 2024. But the Panchayat elections in the state, which is being held on November 10th, will not give anyone any opportunity to gauge the mood of the people ahead of the state assembly elections. This is because the upcoming Panchayat polls in Sikkim this time will not be held on party lines. The decision not to have the Panchayat elections on political party symbols have come about after the state assembly passed the Sikkim Panchayat Amendment Act 2020. So, the elections to 122 Jila Parishads, 197 Gram Panchayats and 1147 wards will be fought among candidates who are seen as capable people who can deliver good grassroots governance. But the big question is, will the candidates be really independent? Will political parties come to indirectly back candidates? Is it true that some political parties are happy about this partyless contest for the Panchayat polls because it will not give any opportunity to the people to find out who is leading the popularity chart thus far? Well, to discuss the subject, I am joined from Gangtok by Mr. Bikas Basnet, Sikkim Krantikari Morcha leader and press secretary to Chief Minister Mr. P.S. Tamang. Also in Gangtok, I have Mr. J.B. Darnal, spokesman of the opposition SDF. Mr. Raju Giri, state BJP spokesman, joins me on the show. I am also joined by Hamro Sikkim party spokesman, Mr. Biraz Adhikari. And with me as well is Mr. Pasang Sherpa, general secretary of the Sikkim Nagarik Samaj, a civil society group. Gentlemen, welcome to Northeast Tonight. Now, my first question, let me start with Mr. Bikas Basnet, leader of the ruling Sikkim Krantikari Morcha and press secretary to Chief Minister. Mr. Bikas Basnet, there are two opinions doing the rounds. There is one section of people are saying that it's a very good idea to have the Panchayat elections partyless because it is all about good people coming to contest and provide grassroots governance. Because Sikkim has a less population, there are small populations in villages, what is the point in dividing them along party lines? The second opinion is that no, lot of political parties will put up proxy candidates. ये तो कहने का बात है, लेकिन असल में काफी लोग जो है वो political party का ही candidate होगा. There is another view which says that this is helpful for the ruling party. It's a strategic move, helpful for the ruling party because लोगों को कोई opportunity नहीं मिलेगा to know कि whether the government is popular or not, क्योंकि आपका state assembly elections आ रहा है 2024 में. Now, Mr. Bikas Basnet, how do you look at this? What do you have to say?
Let me first thank you, Northeast Live, for this wonderful opportunity. At the outset, I would like to state that for the first time, Sikkim is witnessing this partyless Panchayat poll in maybe after 25 or 27 years. So this is the major decision taken by SKM government led by Honorable Chief Minister Sri P.S. Gole. Let me go back to 2014 election or before that. When our party came to existence in the Sikkim, political scenario of Sikkim. At that time, we have committed that this unfair practices, what happening in the Panchayat system, that should be abolished, and we will come up with the idea of free and fair election, that is partyless Panchayat election, because it is local self-governing body. So local self-governance should be free of any political interference. So under this, our party has committed that we will make this Panchayat poll free of any political party or under political pressure. So under which, as we have already mentioned in our manifesto also. So as soon as we came to the power, we have amended this Panchayat Act, and now we are going this partyless Panchayat election. Not only that, before this also in municipal election, we have given this opportunity to the people to select their candidate irrespective of party. Like all independent candidates were in the field, battlefield, and they were fighting free of any political interference. Like we have seen before also that there used to be the SDA party, and there were no any selection from the people. Like candidates used to be selected by the upper hand of the party which is in ruling front. Then after, like people don't used to have any like option. Yeah.
Right. So you are saying
that people are happy with this decision. Like almost we are gathering the information from the people, and almost every segment of the people are very much happy with this decision, and this is new experience for Sikkim as well, and we'll also see new kind of politics in the grassroots level as well.
Okay. Now you're basically Vikas Basnet of the SKM is saying that this was an election. It was an election promise of the SKM party, and it took 27 years for Sikkim to witness elections not on party lines but on individual basis. But let me go to I don't know whether Mr. Darnal, spokesman of SDF, we are not getting the line through to him. But let me get a view from Mr. Biraj Adhikari, spokesman of the Hamro Sikkim party. Mr. Biraj Adhikari, what do you have to say? Are you happy that elections in Sikkim are going to be non-party affair this time?
Yeah. See, basically we welcome, the partyless system in the Panchayat. But this is not something new in the sense like, last 15 years, I think it was a party election. But before that, it was all partyless. Even in the Sangram days, it was partyless. And if I am not wrong, I think the first two terms of even the STF government was partyless. So they amended the constitution to make it party based. And now the SKM government has again made it party less, But the thing is, like you said, how much it's going to reflect on the ground is another story. Because we want that, like our panchayats, because, here in Sikkim, since we have a small population, even about 200 people voting for you, you can be a panchayat. So there's no point anyway dividing people on party lines. And we wholly agree with this government policy, which has amended the thing, re-amended it. Because earlier the STF had made it party-wise, and now it is partyless.
Okay, I will go to Mr. Raju Giri of the BJP, but before that, let me say I have a newspaper clipping with me. I'm not yet connected with Mr. JB Darnal of the. We'll keep trying, JB Darnal. But JB Darnal had said some time ago that the decision to hold non-partisan elections goes against the very tenet of the panchayat system and municipal system. This will deprive good, committed and honest people affiliated with political parties. Now, Mr. Raju Giri of the BJP, Mr. Giri, I know you are part of the you are part of the NDA, SKM is a part of the NDA. Now, do you have an independent view, or are you also welcoming this idea of a non-party line election to the panchayats in Sikkim?
In fact, thank you very much for any live, and this is the first time that we are doing discussion, and this is also a very crucial moment we are talking about. One thing is that we would like to welcome the decision that all the panchayats should be independent. They should not be in the party. This is the theme that there should not be in the party base so that the people in the village, people should not divide into the party. So this is a welcome policy that we also support. But in practical, will this be purely independent and what we, the government, have to think about? There is a great question about it. What we have observed before the municipal election, and now what we have seen within these 3 days. So, what the government want to do, actually, the government want to give it freely to the public,
Right.
but the public is not free as far as we come to know within these 3 days.
Okay, I'll come to you. I'll come back to you, Mr. Raju Giri. We'll try to contact Raju Giri on a different phone line. We have got some problem with his audio. We'll try ask our producers to connect to Mr. Giri. And I'm coming to Mr. Pasang Sherpa, the General Secretary of the Sikkim Nagarik Samaj. But I'm connected on the phone line. Don't have a video line yet with Mr. J.B. Darnal. We'll try. We were contacting him by Zoom. We'll try by Skype now. Mr. J.B. Darnal, can you hear me first of all? Okay, Mr. Pasang Sherpa, I'm coming to you, Mr. Pasang Sherpa, the General Secretary of the Sikkim Nagarik Samaj. Mr. Pasang Sherpa, everybody is welcoming the decision to have party-less elections to the panchayats in Sikkim. But there are a section of people who are saying that lot of these candidates, even today, a lot of people from Sikkim that we have been talking to are saying that several people filed nominations today, and in that we have seen a lot of people connected to political parties have filed their nominations. So, do you fear somehow that parties will have candidates as proxies? They may not be directly fielding under the party banner, but there could be people affiliated to parties who could be contesting the elections. Do you fear that such a situation is going to happen, or do you think such fears are unfounded?
Yes, Wasbir, when Sikkim Krantikari Morcha Party initially declared that the Panchayat and the municipal body elections would remain independent, so the people of Sikkim welcomed the step, but unfortunately, the idea is good. What I'm saying is the idea is really, really good, Wasbir. But the problem is the intention and the implementation. And as you pointed out that almost all the panchayat the candidates has already been fixed by political party, mostly the ruling front people. Like I was going through the various report today on the social media platforms that many high-ranking SKM people have joined the bandwagon, and they have filed their nomination for the panchayat. So it's just an IWAS in the sense like they will try to portray that it is an independent body, and they might take the credit of delivering on the manifesto. But unfortunately, the people who are joining the bandwagon are all Sikkim Krantikari Morcha people, and I'm sure that other political party also are in the fray, and they have their own candidates to put there.
Okay, let me right. I'm coming back to you.
Idea is good.
Idea is good, but implementation is the key. Whether they adhere to the idea or not, that is the key. Let me turn, Mr. Bikas Basnet, you wanted to say something, yes?
Yeah, I differ with Mr. Pasang Sherpa because already mentioned that our senior politician Mr. Biraj Adhikari has already mentioned that Sikkim is a small place and everyone is connected politically or non-politically. So there is no argument argument of that SKM people are filing nomination or something like that. We are nothing to do with this because since our system is independent, so irrespective of their political affiliations, everyone is free to file their nomination. We can't stop the filing nomination.
I think that is a point. There is a point there. Sikkim is a small state, and therefore lot people are either way here and there, they're connected to politics, so you cannot help it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, Pasangji, you wanted to say something? I have a question for Vikas Basnet. Yes, but you can ask your question. Pasangji, yes.
See, I would agree to Mr. Basnet if the party cadre resigns from their post and the political affiliation and then comes as an independent candidate. That makes sense. But people sitting in posts like additional political secretaries are fairing into, themselves as a candidate in the Zilla
No,
Panchayat itself
C have
is
already tendered the
true enough.
resignation. You
So-
kindly check the fact and then speak, because C has already tendered the resignation and C has filed the nomination.
So Vikas Basnet, you are talking about Arjita Rajalim. You are talking about Arjita Rajalim, the Miss Arjita Rajalim, the additional
Yeah.
political secretary to CM Mr. Tamang. You are saying that she is contesting the Jila Parishad in Namchi constituency after resigning. Is that what you are saying? Vikas?
Yeah. Because she already hold one post and she have already tendered a resignation. Then after she has filed the nomination. There is no doubt about it. We are very transparent on this, and whoever were filing in the this municipal also, they have already tendered resignation. Then after they filed the nomination, and after winning that, anyone can become the membership, because to take membership of any political party, there is no harm. It's a constitutional right that. Whoever or whatsoever can choose their political party of their will.
Right, this is a breaking story at this point in time. There was some news today coming in that Miss Arjita Rajalim, the additional political secretary to Sikkim Chief Minister Mr. P.S. Tamang, is contesting for the Jila Parishad elections. She has filed a nomination from Namchi, and that is what Mr. Pasang Sherpa had also said. Now, but to that, Mr. Vikas Basnet had clarified that she has already resigned from her position as additional political secretary to CM. So, अभी क्या कहना है? What is the problem then, Mr. Pasang Sherpa? If somebody resigns, then you can't help it.
No, I was unaware about her resignation, but there are like people from CLC, constituency level president of SKM party, they are interfering into, the elections. There are lots of, it's not just Anjita Rajalim, she's the just one example.
Point
There are a
is
lot of
point
people.
point here is that point here is that we have not declared party ticket, or we have not mentioned
Right.
our symbol or allotted any symbol to
But-
any one of our
Correct. But
party member.
one more question
so they
to
are
you.
filing their nomination independently, and they will get the election symbol independently.
Correct. I will come to once again to Mr. Bidaz Adhikari and Mr. Raju Giri. But one more question to you, Mr. Vikas Basnet, if you can clarify. Lakpa Kagate is a member of your party. He is contesting from Siari constituency, contesting Jila Parishad.
Yeah.
So he is your party man, Lakpa Kagate.
Yeah, he is our party man, but I am not unaware that whether he has filed the nomination or not. But see, I have one single point is that to be a political party like a member is different thing, and to file a nomination is different thing. We have not allotted our symbol to anyone, or we have not declared our candidate officially, or we have given everyone chance to fight their election independently. Either it may be from SDF, either it may be from HSP, either it may be from SKM. They can go and file their nomination.
But what
It is
about
nothing to do with our political party.
What about political leaders
or organization?
What about campaigning? What about will your party leaders campaign for your leaders who were once key members of your party?
No. Will not. No, we have already instructed our members, and we have already instructed in our central executive level also, that will not campaign or support any of the member, whether it may be from our party or it may be from other party. We have set this precedent in this municipal election as well. We have not supported any of our. There were lots of members from our party who were contesting in the municipal election, but we have not supported officially or unofficially to any of the member.
Okay. We'll continue our efforts to try and contact JB Darnal of the. Mr. Darnal, welcome to the program. Can you hear me finally? Mr. JB Darnal, can you hear me? Okay, we have got a very, this is the problem in the Northeast, we have got very, very poor connectivity, and I think our leaders must put pressure on whoever is in the seat of power to improve connectivity in the region. Let me go back to Mr. Biraj Adhikari, spokesman of the Hamro Sikkim party. Mr. Biraj Adhikari, Mr. Basnet has said that Sikkim is a small state. Everybody may be connected to some political party or the other. Therefore, the political parties, they are not contesting the Panchayat elections on political party symbols, but if you can't help it, if some candidates belong to political parties. Do you agree with this view?
Yes, I do completely agree with what Vikas Bhai has said. But see, I'll give you an example of a panchayat I know who's from the the suburbs of Gangtok called Pangthang. Okay, her name is Tashi Doma. Tashi Doma. Now see, she is slightly aligned towards the STF party, so she did not join the SKM party. Now, right now, in that constituency, she complained to us that all the CLCs were doing all the work. She had no clue of what was happening. So, if these are things, then it'll make a mountain out of a molehill. In the sense, Vikas Bhai said, like if nobody goes out and candidates don't go out, the party doesn't go out and sort of canvass for their voters or the votes. So that's a thing which we have to see when the elections are going on. Yeah, right now he has said correctly that okay, and I welcome that. But the thing is, the facts will come out only after the end of the election. Then we'll be able to tell you in the much more better way what happened. Because this CLC thing is a big problem in Sikkim. Right now, when Mr. Amit Shah was coming to Sikkim, the SKM party did away with, I think, 10 or 12 of their CLC presidents in the constituencies where the BJP MLAs were there. So basically, the BJP MLAs had no say. It was the CLC who had the say.
Mr. Darnal, can you hear me finally? Mr. PD Darnal? Okay, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I'm Sundar.
Okay, let's increase the audio. Okay, Mr. Darnal, what is your first, before I lose you again, what is your stand on this partyless Panchayat elections in Sikkim?
नहीं, ये पार्टीलेस पंचायत सिक्किम में तो ये सामंती का पंचायत है। सामंती, आप समझते हो सामंती? मैं जिसके पास पैसे हो, जिसके पास पावर हो, वही पंचायत बन सकता है। और ये पार्टीलेस पंचायत से गरीब आदमी को जो ईमानदार हो, निष्ठावान हो,
बी ए रेस्पॉन्सिबल स्पोक्सपर्सन।
या
जेबी दर्नाल साहब, आप थोड़ा रेस्पॉन्सिबल शब्द यूज कीजिए। सामंती का मतलब क्या होता है, थोड़ा एक्सप्लेन कर दीजिए। आप नेशनल टीवी पर लाइव हो, आप एक रेस्पॉन्सिबल पार्टी हो, किसको आप सामंती बोल रहे हैं?
भाई ये मतलब जो
आपके सामने एक दिग्गज लोग खड़ा है, बिराज अधिकारी जैसे सीनियर पॉलिटिशियन खड़ा है, रेस्पेक्ट तो कीजिए।
मतलब सामंती नहीं,
क्या बोल रहे हैं आप?
गाली नहीं, दूसरे को गाली नहीं दे रहा हूँ।
दिस इज टोटली अनडेमोक्रेटिक।
डरनाल जी,
किसको आप सामंती बोल रहे हैं?
मिस्टर डरनाल, आपका पार्टी का स्टैंड क्या है?
This is totally unacceptable. This is totally unacceptable. He being a spokesperson of responsible party, he should avoid such words.
Yeah.
पॉइंट ओके, आपका रेस्पॉन्स क्या है? आपका पार्टी का स्टैंड क्या है?
पार्टीलेस पंचायत को मैं कंडेम करता हूं।
पहले लैंग्वेज ठीक करने के लिए बोलिए और उसके बाद में लाइव आने के लिए बोलिए।
एक्सप्लेन कीजिए।
यदि जेबी दर्नाल जी को बोलना नहीं आता है तो किसी और को भेजिए, कोई इंटेलेक्चुअल को भेजिए।
बिकॉज़ जी लेट हिम स्पीक। आप क्यों कंडेम कर रहे हैं? आपका तो कोई रीजन होना पड़ेगा। क्या रीजन में आप
सामंती? ये इलेक्शन कंडक्ट हो रहा है इलेक्शन कमीशन से। इलेक्शन कमीशन एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी है और कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी को आप कुछ एक गलत शब्द करके अंकित करना चाह रहे हैं। व्हाट इज दिस?
मतलब ये इसको मैं समझाता हूँ। जब पार्टी लेस पंचायत हुआ तो पंचायत में कोई गरीब लोग खड़ा नहीं हो सकता है। कोई
पहले
जीत के
पहले
नहीं आ
आपने
सकता है।
आपने जो अनपार्लियामेंट्री वर्ड, अनडेमोक्रेटिक वर्ड यूज किया है उसको एक्सप्लेन कीजिए, उसके बाद में आपका आपका जो रखना है वो रखिए।
मैं अपना बात रखूंगा। ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी था।
क्या अपना बात रखेंगे आप?
No, let him place the argument. Up don't, let us not become personal. Don't use, please don't use unparliamentary language.
No.
Let us be civil. This is a civil debate.
I disagree with the unparliamentary language. No.
This is a
Why
civil.
you use the unparliamentary language?
Darnal ji, ये civil debate है. We are all responsible people here. आप भी responsible है. Vikas Basnet जी, अधिकारी जी बैठे हुए हैं. Lot of people are watching the show. मैं आपको पूछ रहा हूँ. आपका स्टैंड बताइए, पार्टी का स्टैंड बताइए।
मतलब ये बसनेट जी को गाली नहीं दे रहा हूँ, विराट अधिकारी जी को गाली नहीं दे रहा हूँ। ये मैं मतलब ये सिस्टम की बात कर रहा हूँ।
अब बोलिए।
सिस्टम की बात कर रहा हूँ।
बताइए।
सिस्टम में आप नहीं है क्या?
No, let him speak.
आप सिस्टम में नहीं है क्या?
Because let him speak, please. Because let him speak.
Yeah.
He has already said that it was not directed at anybody. आप बताइए, आपका स्टैंड बताइए जल्दी।
उनको चुप कराइए ना, तब मैं
आप बताइए, स्टैंड बताइए प्लीज। बताइए।
पार्टीलेस पंचायत को हम लोग कंडेम करते हैं। पार्टीलेस पंचायत से किसी का भला नहीं हुआ है। पार्टीलेस पंचायत हुआ था तो वो आप गांव से हो, मैं गांव से हूँ। गांव में जो बड़े आदमी है, पैसे वाले हैं, जो मतलब शिक्षा है, वही पंचायत जीत के आता है।
अच्छा, और एक बात बताइए दर्नाल जी, ये बात बताइए, आप ये आज हमारा शो में क्या आप कहेंगे कि आपका पार्टी से कोई भी कैंडिडेट इस पंचायत इलेक्शंस में नहीं उठेगा? आपका पार्टी का लोग कैंडिडेट कॉन्टेस्ट कर सकते हैं क्या?
सर, आप तो कंट्राडिक्ट कर रहे हैं ना। पार्टीलेस पंचायत में पार्टी का कैंडिडेट कहां से आया?
आपका पार्टी का कोई कैंडिडेट तो होगा जिसको आप इनडायरेक्टली बैक करेंगे क्या?
सर, इनडायरेक्टली बैक करने के लिए बताइए क्या है, तो पता चाहिए ना। इनडायरेक्टली सपोर्ट करने के लिए तो इनके डेमोक्रेसी में इनडायरेक्टली क्या होता है? आदमी अपना वोट देता है तो डायरेक्ट होता है सब कुछ।
अच्छा, आपने कहा था कि ये जो पार्टीलेस इलेक्शन है ये पंचायत सिस्टम का खिलाफ जा रहा है, तो क्या आप इस मैटर को क्या आप कोर्ट में जाएंगे क्या?
पंचायत इलेक्शन के खिलाफ नहीं, ये गरीब के खिलाफ है।
पंचायत सिस्टम के खिलाफ आप बोला था, आपने बोला है
गरीब के खिलाफ है।
ओके,
गरीब के खिलाफ है। मैं बता दूं आपको, एक बात तो अपना, जब ये 97 में जब एसडीएफ पार्टी
कंट्राडिक्ट कर रहे हो क्या?
नहीं, 95 में जब एसडीएफ पार्टी पंचायत पावर में आया, पावर में आने के बाद 97 में हम लोग ये पार्टी सिस्टम पर पंचायत लगा दिया। मतलब पार्टी सिस्टम पंचायत पावर में आ गया। तो उससे पहले की बात ये सुनो कि सत्ता सुनो, उससे पहले की बात जब पार्टी सिस्टम हम लागू किए तो हमने सबको जस्टिस दिया, लेडीज को जस्टिस दिया, ओबीसी को जस्टिस दिया, एसटी को जस्टिस दिया, एससी को जस्टिस दिया।
अभी मतलब What do you want to say? I'll come back to you. मैं आपके पास दोबारा आऊंगा डर्नाल जी, आप बने रहिए. Don't go away. You be on the line. Let me once again. I'll come to you, Basnet, for your comments. But let me, before coming to Mr. Raju Giri, once again I want to go to Mr. Biraj Adhikari. Adhikari जी, आपने सुना this SDF leader is basically saying, Darnal ji is saying that it is a fight between the rich and the poor. उनको कहना है कि गरीब कैंडिडेट्स कॉन्टेस्ट नहीं कर सकेंगे, या क्या आप सहमत हैं? Do you agree to this kind of an argument?
No. I completely disagree because I was in the SDF party when we came to power in 94. Okay. And I know for a fact that, in our manifesto, it was written that we will have party-less panchayats. Okay. But after that, after I left the party, then in 90, I think the next session, they amended the Panchayat Act and made it a party system, thereby destroying our society in the villages. Yeah, there is no question of rich or poor in this, but the thing is, because of party basis, they destroyed our society in the villages. So now, again, the SKM party, I actually raise my hats off to them. They did it, but hopefully they will, stand by what they have said and keep it, clear in the sense they know the interference of CLCs, interference of party people don't come into it, and that is what we want basically.
Okay.
And that,
Now,
like I told you earlier,
right.
we can only know is by the end of the elections now.
End of the election. Now, Mr. Raju Giri, generally क्या होता है कि any election, पंचायत elections, municipal elections, district council elections, नॉर्थ ईस्ट में है, काफी सारा district councils है, the results जो निकालता है उससे एक इंडिकेशन मिलता है कि कौन सा पार्टी का फेवरेट है, कौन सा पार्टी आगे चल रहा है, कौन सा पार्टी का पॉलिसीज एंड प्रोग्राम्स लोगों ने पसंद किया है. तो अभी सिक्किम में जो पार्टीलेस इलेक्शन, आई एम जस्ट आस्किंग ए क्वेश्चन, आई एम आस्किंग मिस्टर पसांग जी आप लीजिए ये क्वेश्चन, मिस्टर पसांग जी आप लीजिए. नाउ सिक्किम में 2024 में इलेक्शंस है, स्टेट असेंबली इलेक्शंस. नाउ लोगों को कोई इंडिकेशन नहीं मिलेगा इससे रूलिंग पार्टी को बेनिफिट होगा. ये हमारा कहना नहीं है. दिस इज वन सेक्शन ऑफ पीपल, वन ओपिनियन. बासनेत जी से मैं इसका प्रतिक्रिया लूंगा. तो व्हाट डू यू थिंक पसांग जी?
It is not just for the ruling party, but
For
there
all
are
parties.
already, all parties. There are all sort of apprehensions already doing the rounds as far as the when they issued the notification, they just gave 1 day time for the filing nominations. The wards have changed, the panchayat. Gram Panchayat have changed, but this information was not there in the public domain. It came in the last moment. The reservations of different categories has also become a problem in Sikkim, and there was a lot of press conferences and a lot of social media posts the whole day that people were not happy about the reservation pattern. People were not happy about the reservation given to, say, suppose a BL area, 100% BL area, or a tribal area has got a OBC, reservation.
Right.
So this kind of issues is coming up. So I feel the government has to, should have given this notice much before the election, and people could have been consulted. But because there's no such consultation in place, so somewhere there is a doubt that the ruling party will have upper hand as far as because of their power, because of their connection to the village
We'll have to
level,
wait.
their CLC.
We'll have to wait and watch. Yes, every election at the end of the day, I always say this. हर कोई election में the voters are the king. Before coming to Mr. Basnet, Mr. Raju Giri, आपका line कट गया था. Can you hear me now, Raju Giri ji? So he cannot hear me. I'll have to go for a break, but Mr. Vikas Basnet, what do you have to say? What do you think will be the plus points of this party-less elections? Because do you think आपका भी फायदा होता अगर party elections में होते तो you would have known कि 2024 में आपके state elections है, where do you stand, what the people think, आपको भी एक पता लग जाता.
वो तो होता, लेकिन we firmly believe that we are sticked with our commitment. We have already mentioned that in manifesto we'll go partyless election for the panchayat. So we have fulfilled our commitment. So this is the first thing. And another thing is that जो एक अभी पासंग शेरपा जी ने बोला कि ये मतलब ये ठीक तरह से नहीं हुआ. There may be some of the differences from different opinion from the some segment, but at larger people are happy, and entire process is done according to the Panchayat Amendment Act or Panchayat Act, which is existed and which has been amended in 2020. So as per Panchayat Act, every process has been done thoroughly. Yeah.
All right. I'll have to go for a break, but Mr. Raju Giri, a lot of people think that 2024 elections are over. 2024 elections are approaching, but you don't have an indication as to what the people think. So you are part of the SKM is part of the NDA. BJP is a key player in the NDA. What do you think as an alliance partner in Sikkim?
क्या ये प्रश्न को पुनः ये इशू है?
Okay, we don't have a good line with Raju Giri. I'll go for a short break, but don't go away. I'll be right back after this very short commercial. Welcome back. I will take a straight response from Mr. Bikas Basnet of the ruling SKM party. Today, SDF leader MK Subba had given a memorandum to the Chief Secretary and the State DGP saying that the law and order situation, expressing concern over the law and order situation ahead of the Panchayat elections. I will take a reaction from Mr. Bikas Basnet, but first let us quickly listen to this, what MK Subba had said earlier today.
In objective of meeting the Chief Secretary to the Government of Sikkim by a high-level delegation of SDF party today was regarding the deteriorating law and order in Sikkim. After the incumbent government has taken office since 2019, there has been blatant violation of standing law and order enforcement agency in Sikkim. There is a lot of high-handedness of the government, and FIRs are not being registered in the police stations, where the victims are being, on the contrary, put behind bars, and the accused are running scot-free. They have been honored with garlands and they are running scot-free. That is one of the main reason why in Sikkim today antisocial elements are on the run. Means on the rampage. They are on the rise.
Okay, Mr. Bikas Basnet, you have seen, you have heard what MK Subba said. He is concerned about the law and order situation ahead of the Panchayat elections. So what do you have to say? What are some of the steps that your government has taken to see that no untoward incident takes place?
I differ with Mr. M.K. Subba because SDF is totally frustrated now. They don't have any issue to raise in front of public. So they have come up with this bad idea, and they are getting negative comments as well. What steps taken by SDF today, submitting the useless or baseless memorandum to government of Sikkim. Like law and order in Sikkim is totally maintained. Like we are getting lots of awards from government of India. Like our policing are getting awards. This means that law and order in Sikkim has improved. So if you see to the government data issued by the government of India, law and order has improved very much as compared to the previous government. And I don't know on what fact they are putting this memorandum, because in recent days whatever FIR has been lodged, police are so quick to take action. Police are taking war against drugs. Police are catching criminals from outside state as well. Lots of good steps taken by the Sikkim police. I don't know under what base they are putting this allegation. Like law and order is totally improved. We ensure that election will go fair and there will be no any untoward situation, or there will be no any breakage of law and order in entire state. So this has already been assured by Election Commission of Sikkim, as well as government is also fully committed to ensure proper law and order maintenance in the Sikkim.
Okay, that is an assurance coming from the SKM leader Bikas Basnet that law and order situation in Sikkim has improved, and that there will be all steps taken by both the Election Commission with the support of the state machinery, obviously, that there will be, so that there is no untoward incident. I will come to the two political leaders on the show, but Mr. Pasang Sherpa, as a civil society leader, what do you think of the SDF memorandum to the Chief Secretary? Is it just an opposition party fulfilling its obligations, or do you think law and order situation is really a cause for worry?
Well, the law and order problem in Sikkim during election has always been chaotic, and the apprehensions among opposition leaders of possible, violence cannot be ignored.
Mr.
And
Donald there?
it is good that the opposition party has. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible. Yes.
Yeah, opposition parties have submitted the memorandum to the police department and the DGP and the chief secretary. There is no harm in it. So they must have thought of possible incident happening during the election. And now the government of Sikkim, the spokesperson for the government of Sikkim is also saying that they will ensure the proper maintenance of law and order. So it's a welcome step. So there's nothing harm in it of taking cognizance of the matter, because if you look at the by-election, in 2019, so that time also there were incident of stone pelting, and after that also the opposition leaders were, stone pelted at various occasions and different places. So to have that apprehension is legit, I guess.
Okay. Now, I'm coming to Mr. Adhikari as well as Mr. Giri, but I also have Mr. Darnal on the phone line. Darnalji, what prompted you? Why is your party, worried about the law and order situation? Do you think is it an election time usual obligation that you as the opposition party is trying to fulfill?
नहीं, अपोजिशन पार्टी इलेक्शन के समय वक्त की बात नहीं है। जब 19 में जब एसकेएम के गवर्नमेंट आया तो हम लोगों ने वो डेपुटेशन में दिया है कि 37 हमारा एफआईआर था। पुलिस स्टेशन में कोई एफआईआर लॉज ही नहीं हुआ। जो एफआईआर लॉज हुआ उस एफआईआर रजिस्टर हुआ, उस रजिस्टर में कोई कार्रवाई नहीं हुई। तो एक बात पूछ दीजिए ना, ये विकास बसनेट जी ने अपने स्पीकर साहब को बोला था कि वो एट्रोसिटी वर्ड बोला था, वो उसके अगेंस्ट में मिस्टर आई के रसायली ने सदर थाना में एफआईआर किया था। तो विकास बसनेट के ऊपर कोई कार्रवाई हुई नहीं हुई। तो एक मंत्री था संजीत खरेल, उसने बोला था कि चामलिंग साहब को 2 महीने में सेस कर देंगे। इसकी एफआईआर किए थे तो कोई कार्रवाई
आपको अटैक हुआ था पंचायत इलेक्शन में 2012 में, कार्रवाई हुई?
नहीं, उसकी कार्रवाई हुई। मैं उसका डॉक्यूमेंट दिखा दूंगा ना।
कब हुआ? कौन अरेस्ट हुआ?
नहीं, उसके सब बात।
आपका केस क्या हुआ? आपका तो उंगली कट गया था।
मेरा उंगली कट गया था तो उसका केस सीबीसीआईडी में।
किसने काटा था? पकड़ गया?
नहीं,
उसको कुछ सजा हुआ?
इतना बोलो।
2019 में जितना भी वायलेंस हुआ उसका जितना भी एफआईआर हुआ उस पर कार्रवाई हुआ 2019 में?
19 में तो आपकी गवर्नमेंट आई थी।
19 का इलेक्शन का बात कर रहा हूं मैं सर जी।
नहीं, आप भूल रहे हैं।
2017 इलेक्शन का बात कीजिए। पासंग शेरपा जी ने जो एफआईआर डाला था सदर थाना में, उसका कार्रवाई हुआ?
किसका?
पासंग शेरपा जी ने एफआईआर डाला था सदर थाना में, आप जाकर चेक कीजिए। और 2017 में जितना भी एफआईआर हुआ उसका कार्रवाई हुआ?
तो एफआईआर को कार्रवाई नहीं हुआ तो आप पूछ सकते हो, आपकी पुलिस का आप पूछ सकते हो।
आपने जीडी किया, जीडी एंट्री किया कि एफआईआर किया? क्या बात
let me Donaldji, hold on. Donaldji, hold on.
कोई अच्छा स्पोक्सपर्सन को बुलाना चाहिए।
Donaldji, hold on.
Donaldji क्वालिफाइड नहीं उतना।
Donaldji, let's not be personal.
नहीं मिला।
नहीं, पर्सनल नहीं जा रहा हूँ, वो विकास जी आ रहा है पर्सनल।
Okay, हम लोग पर्सनल नहीं होंगे। Let us not become personal. Let us keep the civility. एक मिनट होल्ड ऑन कीजिए Darnal ji. That means the SDF is still concerned about the law and order situation. Mr. Biraj Adhikari, you are also a political party. I mean, you may not have done well in the elections, but you have a following because you have some interesting people in your party led by the iconic footballer Mr. Baisung Bhotia. Now my question is, what is your take on the law and order situation? What are the issues you expect from the people who are contesting the Panchayat elections?
See, the whole thing is मांगने के लिए तो कुछ भी मांग सकता है लोग, और मांगते भी हैं, especially during the election. But we have to go by कि कानून क्या बोलता है. Yeah, and like I know for a fact that when you are stand up as a MLA or something, you are given a security guard. Okay. But the thing is, like during these 25 years, the most of the damage has been done by the STF. That is something we all have to agree. Because किसी का भी मतलब कोई FIR कर लिया, कुछ कर लिया, उसमें एक्शन नहीं होता था. ये नहीं बोल रहा हूं कि अभी भी हो रहा है, वो भी सिलेक्टिव हो रहा है. बट द थिंग इज कि मतलब द बिग डैमेज जो हुआ था सिक्किम के सिस्टम में, वो तो उस टाइम हुआ था. पर हमको तो जाना है बाय द कानून जो लेट डाउन लॉज है. हाँ, और किसको सिक्योरिटी मिलेगा, किसको नहीं मिलेगा. आई मीन लाइक आज जो STF का मतलब मिस्टर MK सुब्बा ने वो दिया था, उसको भी खंडन करके SKM पार्टी का एक आई थिंक इट वाज वन ऑफ देयर आई फॉरगेट द नेम नाउ. He has again put a complaint against the STF people for bringing this up, because by law I do not think they can bring it up. मतलब बोलने के लिए तो बोल सकता है, बट कानून क्या बोलता है वो तो सब किसी को बोलना नहीं चाहिए ना. और ये है कि
Right.
मतलब इलेक्शन में, मतलब पंचायती इलेक्शन में आई डोंट थिंक सिक्योरिटी का बात तो होता है. Are you getting the point?
Yeah.
It is only for MLA or MP.
So आपका कहना है मिस्टर बिराज अधिकारी जी, आपका कहना है कि पंचायत इलेक्शन में सिक्योरिटी का बात ज्यादा आना नहीं चाहिए, क्योंकि दिस इज अ लोकल बॉडी इलेक्शंस, सो इसमें ज्यादा सिक्योरिटी का सवाल नहीं आता है. दैट इज व्हाट यू आर सेइंग.
मतलब कि ये सिक्योरिटी का सिस्टम जो है ना, वो बहुत पहले से खराब है सिक्किम में. ओके. बट स्टिल जो कानून बोलता है कि मतलब आप पंचायत में खड़े होते हैं तो आपको सिक्योरिटी तो नहीं मिलता. That is one of the big problems we have here, no? And they are asking for something.
I'm running short of time. Let me go to Mr. Giri, Mr. Raju Giri of the BJP. Giri ji, आपको क्या कहना है? Because in states like Meghalaya, for example, अब मेघालय ले लीजिए, BJP is a part of the ruling coalition, that is MDA, लेकिन BJP is pointing out, constantly playing up the role of a watchdog. BJP is playing the role of a watchdog in states like Meghalaya, for example. Sikkim में I know that SKM is a part. You are the junior partner. No, आपका क्या role है? Are you completely satisfied with the law and order situation? क्योंकि partyless election हो जो हो, लेकिन it is an election. Election means जीतना और हारना का सवाल है. People will win, some people will lose, and there will be a lot of passion involved.
देखिए, सबसे बहुत बड़ा बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. और हमारा
बीजेपी पार्टी की तरफ से ये पहली बार नॉर्थ ईस्ट लाइव में हम लोग लाइव आ रहे हैं, मगर हमारे नेटवर्क की इश्यूज के कारण से हम लोग बराबर नहीं जुड़ पा रहे हैं. ये अपना प्रॉब्लम है. और हम लोग, मुझे लगता है कि आज हम जिस विषय में डिस्कस करने चाह रहे थे, वो हम विषय से हटके जो विषय था उस विषय से अलग हम लोग ज्यादा डिस्कस कर लिए. देखिए, सिक्किम में पार्टी लेस जो पंचायत चुनाव होने वाला हो रहा है, ये सबसे अच्छा हो रहा है. मगर क्या पार्टी लेस होने के बावजूद कंप्लीटली इनप्रैक्टिकल, इन जीरो लेवल, ग्राउंड लेवल ये पार्टी लेस होगा? ये शंकास्पद है, एक नंबर. क्योंकि हमारे पास बहुत सारे रिपोर्ट्स हैं कि जो भी प्रोबेबल कैंडिडेट है, हाँ, उसका तो वो TDR वगैरह जो भी, तो सत्तारूढ़ के दल के अपने सपोर्टर वाले आप हमारे कैंडिडेट बन जाइए बोल के वो लोग TDR काट के अपने घर में पहुंचा रहे हैं. ये एक इश्यूज है. दूसरा चीज है, अभी तक लोग सेटिस्फाइड नहीं है जिस तरह से ये पंचायत रिजर्वेशन का जो रोस्टर, जो रिजर्वेशन किया गया, ये भी सेटिस्फैक्टरी नहीं है. सारे विधायकों ने अपने अपने लेवल से, अपने अपने क्षेत्र की ओर से जो एक किस वार्ड में और किस टेरिटोरियल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी में, जिला पंचायत में क्या होना चाहिए, रोस्टर पॉइंट क्या होना चाहिए, ये सब लोगों ने लेके दिया था. मगर फिर भी आज हमारे इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ सिक्किम, हमारे सरकारी ऑफिस, सरकारी कार्यालयों में धरना प्रदर्शन हो रहा है. गांव-गांव में लोग इकट्ठे होके इसका विरोध कर रहे हैं. ये इलेक्ट्रल जो इलेक्ट्रोल जो पॉपुलेशन है, जो डेसिमी का जो एक सेंसस है, इसके आधार पर नहीं किया गया है, ये सब बोल के लोग अभी नाराज है।
Right.
और इसके चलते अभी क्या हो रहा है कि ये हम तो एमएलए के कैंडिडेट हैं, बोल के हम तो एसकेएम के हैं अथवा हम बीजेपी के हैं और हम ये एसडीएफ के हैं, ऐसा कुछ पार्टी का नाम लेते तो है लोग, मगर ज्यादातर लोग है कि सत्तारूढ़ पार्टी का एमएलए और सीएम का नाम लेके अपना नॉमिनेशन भर रहा है। तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? इज दिस अ इंडिपेंडेंट पंचायत इलेक्शन? इट इज अ वेरी डाउटफुल।
Okay,
और
that's
दूसरी बात ये है-
because this Raju Giri ji, आपने बहुत ही, this is a very significant statement आपने कहा है, because Basnet, I'll give you the last comments. You see, your BJP leader, Mr. Raju Giri, is making a very significant point. He's saying that partyless elections, he is also supporting it. But what he is saying is that there are people जो चीफ मिनिस्टर या पार्टी का नाम लेके नॉमिनेशन भर रहा है. नाउ दिस इज क्रिएटिंग डाउट्स अमंग द माइंड्स ऑफ द पीपल, एंड दिस कमेंट इज नॉट मेड बाय द एसडीएफ. दिस इज मेड बाय योर पार्टनर, इज अ रेस्पॉन्सिबल पॉलिटिकल लीडर. सो ये डेफिनेटली आपका दल भी ये नहीं चाहेगा. तो व्हाट काइंड ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शंस आर यू गोइंग टू गिव? व्हाट इज योर कमेंट?
ये तो अब मतलब बोलने में और एविडेंस के साथ बोलने में डिफर होता है. देयर इज ऑलवेज डिफरेंसेस बिटवीन द what you have given statement on the base of evidence and on the base of assumption, that is totally different. लेकिन पार्टी की तरफ से हम लोग ने स्ट्रिक्टली हम लोग ने ये इंस्ट्रक्शन दे दिया है जितना भी पार्टी वर्कर्स को कि कोई भी लीडरशिप का नाम लेकर, कोई भी पार्टी का नाम लेकर नहीं जाएगा. अगर कोई फाइलिंग कर रहा है, हमारा पार्टी का बंदा, वो उसको तो राइट है फाइलिंग करने का, क्योंकि सिक्किम छोटा जगह है. मैं पहले भी बोला कि कोई भी किसी का भी मतलब चुनाव लड़ने का अधिकार है. लेकिन हम लोग की तरफ से क्लियर इंस्ट्रक्शन है, कोई भी ऐसा स्टेटमेंट देगा नहीं देगा. ऐसा कुछ मतलब आया है तो अभी तक तो हमारे संज्ञान में नहीं है, और किसी ने दिया है तो मतलब वो एविडेंस के आधार पर बोलना चाहिए. मतलब ये बोल रहा है जो होता है ना सिक्किम में अरे, और जो होता है ना मतलब अरे के राजनीति बोलता है ना, अरे का मतलब क्या होता है, मतलब एज्यूमशन में नहीं बोलना चाहिए.
ओके, गिरी जी आप बोलिए. फाइनल कमेंट्स, 20 seconds टू यू मिस्टर राजू गिरी.
अगर कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी वाइज, अगर वार्ड वाइज अगर नाम पूछा जाए तो हम बोल सकते हैं. और दूसरी बात है, ये रिजर्वेशन जो है, ये रिजर्वेशन टोटली नॉट एज फॉर द रिक्वायर्ड. ये रिजर्वेशन के कारण से भी बहुत सारे ये पंचायत इलेक्शन ये ठीक तरीके से नहीं हो जाए, नहीं हुआ.
Okay, we'll have to wait and watch. We'll have to. I have to stop you.
Let me give a 10 second. क्योंकि जब ये रिजर्वेशन का ये निकलता है, उसके बाद कम से कम 1 या 2 दिन का टाइम देना चाहिए. मगर जैसे ही नोटिफिकेशन निकलता है उसी वक्त एमसीसी लागू होता है. ये कहाँ का रूल है? इट इज डेमोक्रेसी. और हम चाहते हैं कि लोग परेशान है. हम सरकार को भी अनुरोध करते हैं और हम सरकार के साथ अलायंस पार्टनर है. एंड दिस इज आवर कलेक्टिव रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टू गिव द क्वाइट स्पेस टू द पब्लिक सो दैट वी कैन हियर देयर grievances. So then we can give the justice to the common people. This should be our collective responsibility.
Okay. The issue is our reservations, but this is a very interesting stage that Sikkim is having partyless elections. But the big question is whether it will be really partyless. There are already people belonging to some political parties filing nominations, and as BJP leader Raju Giri says, some people are filing their nominations for the Panchayat elections, taking the name of the chief minister and the ruling party. But the ruling party leader who is on the show, Mr. Bikas Basnet, said that there has been clear instructions from the ruling SKM that nobody should take the name of their leaders or the party in contesting. But this will be no doubt a very interesting elections to watch, and particularly because elections to the state assembly in Sikkim are due in 2024. And if people are filing candidates as proxies, that results will also reflect the people's choice. But we can't say anything because, as Vikas has said, there has to be evidence before we say anything. But at the end of the day, elections are elections and voters are the king. I thank all my panelists for taking time out from their busy schedule and joining this show tonight. And I thank the viewers for watching the program. Good night and goodbye.